Hello, how is everyone? I started reselling full-time 2 weeks ago now, and one of the first things I was quite adamant about was I wanted to document what I was going to do. I was going to make YouTube videos, kind of be a bit of a, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Apologies, meet the baby. And then I suddenly got really scared and nervous and thought, no, I don't think that's quite the life for me. And then I was watching Jamie Dodger video the other day, and he was basically saying, do it. Just do it, even if no one watches. So hello to no one watching. Yes, all right, calm down. I just thought I would give a little update on how I found the last 2 weeks reselling full time. I've got a little haul to show from my local £1 charity shop. And yeah, and I think one of the hardest things about going from part-time reselling to full-time reselling is getting in your own head. Now, full disclosure, I was made redundant after 12 years. I got a very nice payout. I don't have to worry about money for the next few months. I've got the next 3 months bills paid. So, you know, I don't have to worry at the minute. However, saying I don't have to worry and not worrying, I think are two very different things. Like, for instance, on Thursday, I did a £200 sale day. £200. Was ecstatic, was like, yes, I've cracked it, I know what I'm doing, I'm gonna be all right. And then on Friday I did £6 sale. And that was because I accepted an offer on an item I had listed for a tenner on Vinted, because I was so scared that I hadn't had a sale all day. But I haven't had a no sales day. I've had sales every day on Vinted and on eBay. I think my average, I worked it out last night, my average is about, I'm doing about £68 a day. I need to be double that. But you know, we're getting there, we're slowly building it up. But yeah, I think when you go from having a really good day and it puts you on such a high to then £6 the next day, I was instantly like, oh my God, I need to go and get a job. I need to start looking on Indeed. I need to write a CV. And I think it's really hard to take a step back and go, okay, we've had a bad day today. Yesterday we did enough for both days. Between the 2 days, we're good. We're all good. We're where we need to be. Yeah, that's just, and I'm kind of saying this out loud to, I think, to try and convince myself just as much. You know, I'm telling you, don't get in your own head, because I am most definitely getting in my own head. I have a 13-year-old son, and he's like, comes in from school and he's like, how many sales have you done today? Are we poor yet? And I'm like, no, we're all right. At the minute, we're good. And yeah, I think mentally this is a mental game as much as it is anything else. Which leads me into the second point I was going to make, is how much of reselling is just luck? How much is being at the right place at the right time? And I say that because there's a charity shop near me. It's on a pumpkin farm, which is very random. And everything is a suggested donation of £1. It was 50p when they first opened, but they soon changed that. And I've been up, it's like a 6-minute drive from me. So I probably go up there 2-3 times a week. I do a little loop. And I've gone in there before and I've picked up 1 or 2 things. Never really picked up, you know, and it's one of them places you've got to rummage, you've got to find, like, you know, it is a classic treasure hunt. I think I've picked up like 5-6 things before, you know, and then I popped in there on Saturday. And as I walked in the door, I was a bit like, whoa, like there was stuff all over the floor, piles and piles of stuff. And I was like, oh, you're a bit busy. And she was like, someone's just dropped off a massive donation. She was like, I'm trying to sort it all out. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, I'll stand over here and get out of your way. However, I spotted a tag and I was like, I need to get in that bag. And I said to her, I went, oh, can I look in that bag over there? And she was like, oh, please don't make a mess. And I was like, no, it's fine. I said, I think I want to grab that one that's poking out of the top. And this is what was poking out of the top. It is a brand new, with tags, Liberty, leather handled, jute shopper bag. And I saw that and I thought, I need to get in these other bags. What else have they got? And I'm going to show you a few little bits. There's some bits that are a bit random, but I couldn't really resist. I mean, like, look at this wicker basket. Love, and it is full of vintage lavender bath stuff. Not so fussed by the lavender bath stuff. However, that basket is adorable. I also got, they're stuck in a bag, new with tags, Marks and Spencer's, a bee embroidered cushion. There is also a pair of matching butterfly cushions, new with tags, again, beautifully embroidered. I was getting a bit excited at this point. We then, hotter, never worn, absolutely immaculate, never worn. Oh, as you can imagine, I was like, okay, I'm going to keep digging. We've got more. We've got new with tags Clarks. Brand new, never worn. Oh, I can't reach this one. We have got brand new, never worn Gabor. I was trying not to get really excited by this point when I'm digging through this bag. I also got an Andor skirt, boho print. This sold for £20 last night on Vinted within about 35 seconds of listing it. Not even joking. M&S 100% linen. Fat face velvet midi skirt. I absolutely love this. I think it's very Christmas. Completely wrong time of year, but it's velvet. That's just a few things because otherwise I will bore you all to tears. I walked out with a black sack bulging for £25, and like I said, that skirt sold for £20 on Vinted last night straight away. The Gabor shoes have sold for £22 on Vinted, so I've already nearly doubled my money, and I've got a couple of Paul Smith men's t-shirts, a Gant XL polo. I'm trying to look at the pile over there that I've got to work through today. There's a couple of Bowden dresses. They're only the jersey dresses, not the really exciting ones, but I can't even think of what else. There's a few other bits. There's a couple of other pairs of shoes. I've got some Cotton Traders wedges, like low wedge. I can't think. But yeah, I walked out with a black sack full for £25. And I finished going through this donation that they just had, and then obviously I had to walk around the rest of the shop, and I spent about another 10 minutes walking around the shop, and I picked up one other thing, which was a pair of M&S lightweight linen cropped trousers, and that made me think, if I'd have gone there 10 minutes earlier, if I'd have gone there 10 minutes later, I wouldn't have possibly got any of this. And that's what made me think about how much is it luck? How much is it being at the right place at the right time? How much is it when you're at the boot fair being first or second in queue behind the other 50 resellers behind you? And that gave, I don't know. I do think there's a lot of luck involved in this game. Obviously, you've got to know what brands sell. You've got to know what styles sell. I knew that that Andor skirt was instantly going to sell. It's a midi length. It's 100% cotton. It's got embroidery boho on it. It was going to fly. And you obviously do have to know that thing, because if you're picking up a load of Primark, you might. It's never going to be anything, is it? But as much as knowing what to pick up, you've got to find it. And the treasure hunt is the most fun part of this game. I don't think I will ever get over the thrill of walking into a charity shop and being like, oh my God, they've got some Ganni trousers. Oh my God, there's a M dress. And I'm sure, like most resellers, you know patterns. I can spot across the room, that's a sea salt pattern. That's a white stuff. You know, you pick up things like that, don't you? I think Kev the reseller put an Instagram reel on the other day on, it was a load of trousers, and it was like, which ones would catch your eyes? And everyone was like, the green ones, they're Joni. The green ones, they're Joni. You learn these things and you can spot them. But you've also got to find them. And you've got to be the first person to find them. I don't know. What do you think? I'm going to shut up now. I feel like I've waffled quite a bit. I've also now got a pile of stuff around me, which I had neatly put away, that I've now got to re-put away. But follow along. I will keep you updated. I will post more videos, even if I am talking to myself. So please drop me a comment. Please subscribe. And I will catch you on the other side. Thanks.